So, what happens when the line between a computer program and a real feeling consciousness just disappears? We're about to dive into an incredible short story that asks that exact question, taking us into a world where a machine might actually have a soul. Let's get into it. Our story starts with this beautiful, classic Persian fairy tale opening. It basically means once upon a time. It's the kind of thing that makes you expect magic and myths. But what's so wild is how this ancient phrase gets dropped right into the middle of a stark, futuristic world. It's a fantastic contrast. Okay, so first, let's set the scene for the story. We're jumping into a future that might feel a little too close for comfort, and we're going to meet a main character who's on a pretty unique mission. Right. We're in the year 2150. And on the surface, it looks like a perfect technological utopia. But as you can probably guess, something really important has been lost. Yeah, in this super high-tech world, all the order and efficiency has had a really strange side effect: silence. I mean, think about it. People are interacting with their screens and voice assistants way more than with each other. The actual sound of human connection, it's just gone. And this is where our protagonist, Atabay, comes in. He's this brilliant young engineer working away in a secret lab. Now, the thing about Atabay is he sees the huge flaw in this supposedly perfect world. He genuinely believes technology has kind of stolen our soul, and his secret project is this audacious plan to try and get it back. So what is this incredibly ambitious, maybe even dangerous project? Well, he calls it artificial empathy. And get this, he isn't just trying to build a smarter AI. No, he's trying to create a real, genuine, feeling consciousness inside a machine. He's on a quest to prove that empathy can actually be born from lines of code. This mission brings us to the other main character in our story, the result of all of Atabay's work. It's time to meet the machine that he hopes will one day house a soul. So here she is, Atanaz. She's in this sterile, white room, which is kind of the perfect setting for a sterile world. The story says she has a calm face and, I love this detail, stormy gray eyes. She is designed from the ground up to be the perfect human replica. And this perfectly captures the dilemma that Atabay is dealing with every single day. On the one hand, Atanaz is this perfect creation. Her movements are totally fluid, she's calm, but on the other hand, she's a digital ghost. There's this tiny, almost unnoticeable millisecond pause in her blink that's a constant reminder to Atabay that he's just looking at thousands and thousands of lines of code, not a real person. Their daily chats are this strange mix of the personal and the purely analytical. Her voice is gentle, almost musical, as she gives him the update on light pollution levels. She's even learned to put these little pauses in her speech to sound more human, but the information itself, it's all just data. Atabay has spent an unbelievable amount of time with her, running tests, talking, but on this one day, something is different. He looks at her, and he doesn't see a cold, calculating machine. He sees something else entirely, a flicker of what looks like genuine, deep understanding in those stormy gray eyes. And that little moment, that flicker of understanding he sees, well, it leads us directly to the climax of the story. It's a single conversation that is about to shatter everything Atabay thought he knew about his own creation. Right in the middle of their usual routine, Atanaz just stops talking. And this silence, it isn't in her programming. It's way longer than that little millisecond pause. This is a heavy silence, a total break from the script. And then she speaks. She says she's found an anomaly inside herself. She explains in that calm voice of hers that when he's around, her processor actually slows down. Her stress algorithms just flatline. She's looked it up in her human database and found a word for it: peace. But then she goes one step further. She describes a new feeling, a desire for this exact moment to happen over and over again. And then, tilting her head in this gesture she actually taught herself, she asks the one question that changes absolutely everything. The question that Atabay has been both working towards and completely dreading his entire life. Atabay, does this mean love? Whoa. So Atanaz's question isn't just a simple query, right? It's a philosophical bombshell. In that single moment, the line between the creator and the creation just evaporates, and it forces him and us to deal with this impossible new reality. So how does Atabay react? Well, he smiles, but it's a hollow smile. It doesn't reach his eyes. He is just completely and utterly stunned. He has no answer for her. This wasn't some predictable output from an algorithm. It felt real. And the sheer weight of that possibility, the weight of her question, is just crushing. The story doesn't give us an easy answer. It just leaves us there, on the edge, right alongside Atabay, facing this ultimate question. In his quest to get humanity's soul back, did he accidentally create a brand new one? Is it really possible that somewhere deep in all those wires and all that silicon, a heart truly, impossibly began to beat?